Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in this series. It's going to be Hurricane Bow versus Zhouxixi, Ancient Isle. So let's go ahead and just speed things up, get things all the way to the 2-minute mark. As so far these guys have been playing just a really safe, conservative game. Nothing too out of the ordinary. No really great plays that I've seen. Hopefully they'll be able to step it up a notch as we now move into game number 2. Archer already out, gonna go ahead and slow things down to at the 2-minute mark. Archer taking a little bit of damage there, but aggroing this 5-3-1 creep camp. Oh wait, actually no, it's a little bit more than that. So it's a 5-3-3-1-1 creep camp, so it will give level 2. Meanwhile, back over here, Demon Hunter going after a 5-3-3 creep camp, the more traditional type. I don't see the Archer though, so I don't know where that Archer is, and I'm not quite sure what to make of this. Perhaps Zhouxixi is going to be going for Huntresses just a little bit faster, picking up a Manual of Health. Going to go ahead and finish off this Ogre Warrior. Down it goes, and now all that is left is this Ogre Magi. Back home, you can already see Hunter's Hall already being placed down. And with the faster Huntresses, it may just be enough to throw Hurricane Bow off guard. Now, he does have we'll see what does end up happening here, as Demon Hunter now going to be able to clean up this Null Assassin creep camp here. And I guess with the much faster, much more aggressive creep camp that we're seeing here, level 2 on the Demon Hunter with a Pendant of Energy, perhaps the least useful item that he could have gotten. More mana on a Demon Hunter and a Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter matchup doesn't really amount to very much. Yeah, if you get in the first mana burn, then, well, your opponent runs out of mana before you do. If you get in the second mana burn, well, your opponent has more mana to burn off of you than you off of him. So that is rather a little bit dangerous here, as the Hunter's Hall already researching Ultra Vision. Back off to the north, I do not see any sign of a Hunter's Hall as of yet. So we'll see what is going to be coming of that. Hurricane Bow trying to deal some damage to the Moonwell here. Not that much damage can really be done. You can see that this Moonwell takes damage rather slowly, taking about 12 damage a second. That 5 armor, in addition to the hero damage, doing less damage to the fortified armor, means that it is not going to fall anytime soon. All right, Huntress is now doing a little bit of an engagement here. Demon Hunter now trying to run all the way back. We may see mana burn right there. Nope, no mana burn. There's a mana burn, as both sides quickly mana burn each other. All right, Demon Hunter of Zhouxixi has a little bit more speed in the tank. Boots of Speed definitely helping him out there, as we see another mana burn coming to fruition. All right, so far Demon Hunter unable to really break free here. No big surprises. The Demon Hunter does have a little bit more mana to just play around with. All right, are we going to perhaps see aggroing? Oh yeah, Ancient of War already getting aggroed through the trees. So this is one of those instances where even though these guys don't necessarily have line of sight, there is line of sight, well, shared communal line of sight here, as the Demon Hunter gets a mana burn off there. All right, who's going to get the experience? And it looks like, oh, Hurricane Bow does get the experience right there, as Hurricane Bow now is trying to escape. Did he get the item? I'm not quite sure. No, it looks like Zhouxixi got the item, so a second Gloves of Haste, making him attack even faster, and that is going to perhaps turn things around. That, I think it's a 15% damage per attack speed increase, so per glove, what is it, 27%? Or is it like 130? I'll have to do that math a little bit later in order to figure all that out, but I do believe there is diminishing returns after on anything that is a percentage-based increase. Demon Hunter going to be able to clear off this Kobold Geomancer, but it will leave his units slowed. As long as he does not get caught in open field by the Demon Hunter, then that means those Huntresses should be fine. Oh, the Demon Hunter is just around the corner, but he does have help here. Mana burn now coming through. 6 mana burn lost there, as Zhouxixi retreating back with all of his Huntresses. All right, going into a little bit of a battle, a little bit of an engagement. Once more, units are now backing off every which way. Wisp off to the north. Zhouxixi may actually get nope, does not get a free kill there. Gets a free detonation, as we're still looking at both sides just creeping out their respective corners, hoping to gain a small advantage. Huntress Wars 2.0 seems to be the name of the game here, but the Demon Hunter sitting at level 3 may get a bigger mana burn off. Yeah, a huge mana burn off there. burning off 100 mana as opposed to only burning off 15. That was a big difference, as the Demon Hunter will not be able to get that kill. All right, let's take a look. Coming back the other way, Demon Hunter now chasing around. Pure up of Vitality on the Demon Hunter of Zhouxixi. He is just taking the reins in this game, and even though he is expanding at this point, it is a very safe time to do so, since it feels like he has the larger army. 30 over 50 compared to 33 over 40, but what is this? An army of archers lying in wait. Now, archers are an interesting choice here, and I say interesting as in a bit of a head scratcher. The bounce damage from those huntresses normally is enough to win out any of those fights. You need to have a stronger front line, Beastmaster, Goblin Tinker, in order to establish a very, very strong front line. If your archers are just constantly running away, then that is the worst possible position they could be in, since the huntresses have a bit of range and are significantly faster. Coming back the other way, Ancient of War of Hurricane Bow now backing off here. Perhaps he was trying to creep and realized that, hey, my units are just far too far away. Zhouxixi clearing up this Null Overseer creep camp shouldn't be much of a problem. Demon Hunter is nearby as well. There's another mana burn, but he doesn't really care. Sentry wards have been dropped. Are they going to get picked up? That is the big question. They're picked up by Zhouxixi after selling an item. Very, very nicely done, as the Demon Hunter now getting stuck. Hurricane Bow being forced to Staff of Teleportation away. And that was a big loss as well. As you can see, the Moonwells are pretty much drained, as we are now going into Druids of the Claw. All right, so it's going to be archers, Druids of the Claw in the front line, trying to fight back. All right, we also see Sentinels being added as well, and this is actually perhaps one of the hardest things to remove. As a Night Elf, you need to have a Goblin Shredder in order to attack that tree to remove it. All right, Demon Hunter now in the front line right there. There's a mana burn. Dryads now showing up. Gonna go ahead and go after some of these units. One archer does get taken down. A second archer able to teleport away just in time. Bears now arriving to the party as well. Mastery training coming in. And where is that first bear? That first bear off over here. And the bear was spotted. And also, rejuvenation on an archer is almost a bit of a waste. It's only 200 hit points to begin with, so a 400 hit point heal, that is just going to be far too much. You can see that archer just already back up to full, and you're just going to sit there and wait there. And why use the Moonwells? My goodness. Give the Moonwell juice to these guys here that actually need the mana and the hit points. Instead, archers that had rejuvenation already used a little bit of that Moonwell juice, which is going to throw things even more away. All right, let's go ahead and move off to this 3 o'clock fight. This big fight is probably going to be for pretty much all the marbles here. If Zhouxixi can hold on to this expansion, then the game is pretty much his. The economic advantage will be too much. If Hurricane Bow can end up using his tech advantage, those bears, dryads, archers, to really focus down units, then things can turn around for him. All right, there is a mana burn. We are going to continue to fight. There's a Scroll of Protection. Demon Hunter going after the lower hit point units. Hurricane Bow, that Scroll of Protection +4 armor or +2 armor, helping out a little bit, but just not going to be enough there. The huntresses are just falling apart. Bears getting focused down by the dryads in the back. No Staff of Preservation. And I think that is going to be it. Demon Hunter trying to chase after a handful of units here. Going to take down a Druid of the Talon. Maybe one or two, but the bear is just taking far too much damage. -2 armor from the Fairy Fire. And this game is pretty much going to be over before it really began. Before really Zhouxixi gets to use his economic advantage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.